All right, tonight's lesson is lesson 60, course 2, lesson 60, and it is really about fractional parts. And how do they even, I don't even know how they say it. Oh, fractional part of a number, part 1. All right, all you need to know, really, is what I've been saying all along. So this lesson is telling us that we are going to replace the word is with an equal sign, and we're going to place the word of with a multiplication sign. Let me show you. All right, so whenever you read a problem with the word is, you're going to think equals. Of, you're going to think multiply. And we are going to use WN for what number, okay? What number is, so equals, what number is 1/4 of, think multiplication, 88. Now we have an equation and we can solve it. And to solve this one, we're going to cross cancel. 4 goes into itself one time. 4 goes into 88 22 times. So 22 would be the answer. 22 is 1/4 of 88. Now, they're not always going to give you a fraction. Sometimes they're going to give you a percentage. All right, we're going to do the same thing. So let's say we have what percent or what number is 25% of, multiply, of 88. Now, I can either multiply this out just like it is, so you would make 25 a 0.25 times 88, right? And you would get a 40, and you get a 4 and a 4. 16, 17, add those up, 0, 10, oh, looky there, 12. 12, I have 2 decimal places, so I go over 1, 2, and I still get 22. Because 25%, as we know, if we make that into a fraction, would be 1/4. All right? So really for this lesson, all you need to know is when you see a question and they use the word is, you need to think equal. When they use the word of, you need to think multiply. It's that simple. The questions I want you to do for me on this is practice set A, D, and F. Okay, those 3 practice set. The problem set, I want you to do 1 and not just 1. Let me turn the page. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 12. 9, 10, 12. Circle these in your book, remember. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, and 24, 25, 27, 28, and 30. Now, I want you to take a look at problem number 1, because that's a little bit tricky. So problem number 1 says to us, 5 784 thousandths is how much less than 7 21 ten thousandths. So please, you need to remember where it is your decimal is going to be, all right? So we have 5 and means the decimal. 784 thousandths. That means that number has to end in the 3rd place. Well, look, it does. 784 thousandths. All right, now we want to know how much less that is. So put a minus sign. How much less is that? We're going to write the next number above. And the next number is 7. And now it says 21/10,000ths. That means I have to end in the fourth place. So I'm going to have a 0, 21. Oh, wait a minute. 0, 0, 21/10,000ths. Sorry about that. All right, so remember, here's a little 0. So now you can subtract. 1 minus nothing is 1. Uh-oh, going to have to borrow. Make this a 6, make that a 9, make that a 9, make that a 12. So I have 8, 9 minus 1, or 8 is 1, 9 minus 7 is 2. Put your decimal, line it right up. 6 minus 5 is 1. So just be careful on these kinds of problems when they're asking you to know how many places you need behind the decimal point. So that was the only kind of tricky one, I think, in this assignment. The rest should be pretty easy. Prime factorization will be in there. You know how to do prime factorization, but they're going to ask for it in exponents. So I'm not going to, well, yeah, I will. So if you look at 14a says write the prime factorization of 3600 using exponents. Well, the first thing I'm going to have to do is factor down 3600. So 3600, what times what is 36? Well, 6 times 6, so 60 times 60 would be 3600. Now let's just factor by 2. 2 goes into 60 how many times? Well, 30, so there's 1. 2 goes into 30. Now we have to factor down 30. That's another 2 and 15. 2 and 15. Then we have to factor 15. We get a 5 and a 3. A 5 and a 3. So to make a prime factorization, 3600 equals 2 times 3 times 5, but we need our exponents. So how many 2's do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 to the 4th. How many 3's do we have? 1, 2. 3 to the 2nd. How many 5's? 1, 2, 5 to the 2nd. The second part of 14 is going to say, okay, well then what's the prime factorization of the square root of 3600? This is so easy. All you have to do is take half of your exponents. So it will be 2 to the 2nd times 3. Now we're not going to put to the 1st because that would just be 3 anyway, times 5. All right? So here's your two answers for 14A and 14B. And that's how we did it. But I want to see your work and make sure you understand what it is you're doing. All right. That was it. This lesson, pretty easy. So do the homework, or study this YouTube. I would do the practice set, and even maybe a few of the problems, and then we'll do the rest of the problems when you're in school. Okay, have a great night. Get your work done. See you tomorrow.